was founded with a goal to inspire and encourage people to engage in an innovative lifestyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm hand of applause for our first speaker, Anthony de Lima.
We're gathered here tonight for one important reason, and that is we are here to celebrate the fact that we've just been recognized by the United Nations as one of the most forward-looking and most innovative island nations in our region. Going back to the year 2013, three things changed. We looked at three things and we changed these things fundamentally. We first of all changed our mindset. We caused massive disruption, both in our domestic marketplace and in the region. And for once and for all, we made education our number one priority. Someone was telling me that the reason Curaçao is so complex is that we have such a wide variety of cultures. That's the reason we cannot get along. The reality is that we got to the point where we realized that our biggest strength was the fact that we had 32 cultures represented on the island.
The big, hairy, audacious goal. And I think that is something that we can use as Curaçao to create our vision of what we'd like to be in 10, 20 or 30 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming our next speaker, Mr. Emsley Tromp.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is innovation? The Conference Board of Canada defines innovation as the process through which economic and social value is extracted from knowledge through generation, development, implementation of ideas to produce new or improved strategies to new ways of fulfilling our main task laid down in the Central Bank Charter. In our general office operation, we are constantly seeking ways to reduce costs. The Internet has become essential in dealing with financial institutions under our supervision and international organizations such as the IMF.
The most important thing is that when we leave this room is what are you going to do? So to look within our own circle of influence, our own circle of interest, and see how we can contribute to a better Curaçao with our own means and methods.
Ladies and gentlemen, give him a warm hand of applause, Steven Martina.
Innovation means a new way of doing something. It refers to incremental or radical or a revolutionary change. And what are the differences between what we used to have is the old industrial economy and nowadays the knowledge economy creatively led. And we should be cognizant about all these differences. We can make these types of ships, but because we have zero experience in shipbuilding, we need to do it with partners.
We should try together to work as a team in Curaçao, basically, to be a business, to be business-minded, to engage into more ideas, to be able to help Curaçao, to be able to look into new generations, look into what youth has to offer, innovation, be creative, live up and do something about everything we know.
If it's going to be a nice evening with the one you love, you get the lights down, get the music on, the jazz playing, you set the mood for the situation. And this is exactly what happens in these best organizations. What do they do to set the mood? You know, one of the things we've learned from organizations is the most powerful thing they can do is to create the opportunity for people to talk. The most impactful thing is about the relationship with the line manager. So my relationship with my line manager has the most impact on how I feel about everything to do with work. So we understand that the manager has a massive impact on my belief about everything to do at work, and especially the fair deal issue. I think being as we've got the opportunity with so many brilliant minds in the room over the next few days, why don't we have a chance to work on what a shared vision of success might look like for Curaçao?
I personally very much like the saying, it's the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones that do. So you need one, that crazy person who starts to dance, but more importantly, you need that second crazy person to add to that.
Step by step, you kind of start inspiring people and they start inspiring other people, and together you become like a big group.
Start small. Little banks, not big banks. Start in small banks and together we'll get there, definitely.
The problem in Curaçao is we talk, we don't do. And I think most of these things that were brought forward today is the thinking of most of the country. Most of the people agree with what Anthony said today or what Steven is saying. But we don't like to take risk in Curaçao.
When you get your chance, please state your question directly to one of the members of the panel, and then you will get your answer or discussion. So who would like to go first?
Instead of saying all the time, oh, we never get things done, we never get things done. Okay, so why don't we get things done, and what could we do to get things done?
And the things that we want to have changed, they call them institutional changes. And theory says institutional changes come with time, and the duration that you need to think of is between 10 and 100 years.